international assignment in Southeast Asia, Asia Pacific, I would say ASEAN, working in Thailand, relocated in Thailand for 3 years, and handling not only Thailand 2 plants, but Vietnam and Indonesia plants, so 4 plants for purchasing and supply chain. And then coming back to US, and then I did some special projects, and then I retired from General Motors in 2018. That was my 25 years of General Motors. Before that, I mentioned Ford Motor Company. So just wanted to give a background. Thank God I got very good opportunities around the globe, looking at automotive sectors, not only in the US, but other countries where there are smaller units and how the company works. So I was in executive committees in North Africa and ASEAN also. So just coming back to, I guess I will move to the presentation here. Today's presentation, my last 5 years, I've been here since 2019. I can't imagine 5 years moved as fast, although there were a couple of years of COVID, which were painful for all of us, but Alhamdulillah, we all survived. So 5 years in Saudi Arabia, and what I have seen when I came, there was no local passenger car manufacturing, even a project, none of the projects were announced in the kingdom. And nobody was really hopeful that in a greenfield industry of automotive in Saudi Arabia, where the tariff is only 5%, which is a very important protection for local manufacturer in most of the country. Saudi Arabia has only 5%. So how do we attract the industry? We were begging for meetings with the OEMs and global suppliers, and we were a lot of time we were told that you don't have an industry, so how can we talk to you? Anyway, you will see how the progress in automotive industry has picked the momentum in the kingdom, and Alhamdulillah, today we are so busy that we have to tell the OEM and suppliers sometimes we don't have time to meet you right away. So just looking at Saudi Arabia, I'm not going to talk about the politics or anything, just the business point of view. So 36 million people, it's not a very large population, but if you compare to the others in the region, Saudi Arabia is a very good population-wise. You can consider them. The GDP is 1.1 trillion and is growing. You will see a chart for that. 50% or more are youth. So when you say 30 years or below, those are counted youth, and the strength of Saudi population is also that there are more youth than the older age. And then per capita income of $31,000 per year, which is compared to a lot of, most of us are from Pakistan, and you guys know how our per capita income, pretty good income size. And it's actually moving, I think one figure is 33,000 now per capita income. Population growth is 1.5%. Yes. Hello.
If you're showing a different slide than your very first slide, we're only seeing your very first slide. At least on my side, I can only see your very first slide.
Okay, Ajmal Bhai or anybody else, is that demographic slide?
You're still on the first slide.
Okay, let me do instead of full.
Now I can see this in next slide. I can see the next slide now.
Yeah,
Okay,
now I
I will
can
go
see.
with
Yep,
this
I can see.
mode.
Can you also go in the presentation mode?
Yeah, actually, the
So it will be
problem with the presentation, it doesn't move. That
oh,
was, I was in
okay.
presentation mode. Let me try again. Either my internet or the internet in between. Are you guys able to see the second slide now?
I can see the second
Yes.
slide. Yeah.
Okay, very good. So I was talking about the population and the GDP and per capita income, and there are seven big seaports, which is another. You have Saudi Arabia. You will see the map in the next slides. It's in kind of a three side of the ocean or coast. So there are seven seaports, which is plus also. Labor force of 5.7 million. A lot of them actually are labor coming from Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh, Philippines, and other countries also. Um, and then there is a FDI of 640 billion. And internet and a lot of financial institutions are very much developed here. Can you guys see the third slide now? Next one? No?
Not yet.
Okay, let me just go back and go.
Now it's on the third slide.
Yeah, okay. Is it 2030 vision? Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Okay. So there are three pillar for 2030 visions. A lot of us sitting in US and other countries, we get different information that 2030 vision is just reforming the society, while a very, very important pillar is thriving the economy and making the nation in the global horizon. Um, yes, the first pillar is vibrant society. There are a lot of reforms have been done to make the society mainstream, and uh, and then you can see on the right side the chart, the growth of GDP. You can see the peak. There is significant. Although the COVID was there in 2021, there was slight dip, but it caught up very fast. 1.1 trillion now, while when I came in 2019, it was 700, between 700 and 800 million. And then the projected till 2029 is 1.4 to 1.5 trillion. So you guys can see how fast the economy and the GDP is growing. And this is with the effort, intentional effort with the 2030 vision in giving everybody a KPI. I will not read the whole chart, but some of the things you can see on the right side, the KPIs, moving the economy from 19th largest economy in the world to top 15. Lower rate of unemployment. So this 2030 vision started in 2017-18 when it was at 12%, close to 12%
After
unemployment.
you may want to move to the next slide, probably.
Okay, I will
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
this mode. Sorry. Now,
yeah. Okay, yeah. Good, thank you.
so the unemployment was about 12% when it started. And this year, the data shows between 7 and 8% unemployment rate already, while the 2030 has only still 5 to 6 years left. It's moving so fast with the Giga project, you will see also, and Saudi Arabia is transforming from an oil-based economy to industrial-based economy. So A few years ago, 80% of the economy was based on oil production and the industries related to oil production. Today is 50-50 or more on the industrial side. And the target is to convert to 80% industrial base and only 20% oil based economy. Um, the direct investment moving from 3.8% to 5.7% of the GDP. That is also moving in very good direction. Public investment fund, it shows from 600 billion to over 7 trillion. And it's moving very fast. It's already close to 1 trillion fund, the PIF fund. And most of the giga project in the kingdom are geared by PIF fund and PIF investment. Although there is a lot of private sector investment also. And then increase private sector's contribution from 40 to 65%. So a lot of projects we are doing are also with the private groups in the kingdom. Non-oil, actually, you can see revenue from SAR 143 billion to SAR 1 trillion. And so significant improvement in the non-oil. So some of these, I think you can see how the country is transforming. There are certain entities, like I said, there is intentional and there's a lot of work behind how to improve all these KPIs. There are more entities being for intellectual property, for commercial arbitration, SMEs improvement, and then competitiveness. So one of the things we are looking at how we can make Saudi Arabia more and more competitive, although it might be difficult to get up to the China and India level, but at least at a level where we can compete for the global market. Saudi Arabia map, you can see on the left side there are three circles on the left side of Saudi Arabia, which is Jeddah, Makkah, very important region on the left. Red Sea, you can see all these Jeddah and even Cake, which is King Abdullah Economic City, which is about an hour from Jeddah. That's where we are looking at the supplier park, or you can call it the automotive city. Intentionally, we are moving several projects. You will see the projects in the next slides, and most of them are going to be in that city of a few kilometers. And then you can see on the same side, if you go on north side, is Neom, which is also a giga project on that side. On the right side is also very important on Dhahran and the Dammam and Jubail area, which is like home to Aramco. And there's a lot of plastic industry and other industry on the right side. Riyadh is also actually going to be at least double in population in next 5 years or so. That's the ambition, although the traffic is very painful now. And then you can see the Suez Canal is right there, where the route to the Europe is very easily achievable. So the location, I was in Egypt also for 3 years, and Suez Canal was very important for all the traffic coming from Asia to Europe and North America. The ease of doing business. Some of us, I'm sure, have been to Saudi Arabia. I was first time in 1990s for Umrah, and I had to stand in line 4 or 5 hours in the immigration. Today, if you are in the line, it cannot take, sometimes it's like 5 minutes in immigration, and the most I have seen is maybe half an hour, if there is 2-3 flights coming in at the same time. And you will see, women, most of the women are the immigration officers with hijab, full hijab, with niqab actually, and they do very efficient work. Um, so ease of doing business was 92 in 18 and 19 and improved to 62 ranking in 20. So this is significant improvement, and there are so many things going on to ease. One of the things is the visa. The Western country, they get visa in 5 minutes. You can do your business meetings with that visa also, although it's called tourist visa, but everybody who comes in with that same visa, you get 6-month visa, and you can stay in 90 days with that visa. Okay, some of the Giga project NEOM I mentioned, it has this year, it has done some structural changes, and there's some reduction in the size of the project, but still there's one of the Giga project, which has two different segments. One is the industrial segment, which is called Oxycon, which is purely a green investment, Oxygon City, where there will be all the hydrogen related, green hydrogen, the autonomous and other projects related to green technologies will be in place. And there will be some tourism also on the Red Sea on that side. There's a Qadiyya, which is a big, something like Disney, which is right outside the Riyadh. And that is there's billions of dollars of spending in that project. And one of the 2030 vision KPI is to bring the tourism also in the kingdom. Daraya is a original Riyadh city, or you can call it a capital. And they're renovating that area. If you go there now, it's so many different things to look at it as the culture, what Saudi Arabia was. And then Red Sea Global is another project where there will be actually several islands, I think hundreds of islands in that area. Sharm el-Sheikh is on the other side, which is Egypt. Red Sea, as you guys know, is very popular for scuba diving and snorkeling and fishing colorful fishes. So that is one of the project there also. Roshan is another construction project of PIF. And then right in the middle of Riyadh, they're making largest urban park, which is called King Salman Park, and there will be a lot of activities there also. There are several other ones. I cannot comprehend all of them in this presentation. What we do is, just very quickly, I work for National Industrial Development Center, which is a part of the Ministry of Industry and Mineral Resources. So our mandate is basically to localize all the industries in the kingdom. So basically, not the trading, but localization. And there's so much attention to localization, up to the level of minister. And sometimes they work around the clock, and we have to come to the calls even at midnight sometime with them. So this is how they're working very closely and very much delivering the objective. Business matching, attraction, data sharing, business development, business case development, and specific support. These are 4 pillars of our NIDC. And we have center of expertise, like they brought me from US and aerospace. And so these are, you can see 11 sectors we have in our building. Automotive is one of them, aerospace, maritime, building materials, chemicals, food processing, machinery and equipment, renewable, minerals and metals, and pharma and biotech and medical devices. So these are the critical areas. So one of the thing very important is having one, everybody in one building. Automotive touches with mineral, metal, also chemicals, rubber, plastic, others, and even building materials have some overlap, glasses and other things, and even aerospace and automotive. So all these sectors, we work together. Sometime if we need help for upstream of automotive, like minerals in EV space, like lithium, phosphate, or iron, or even cobalt and copper and other things. So we walked to the mineral and metal section, and we had joint meetings with investor. So what is our need as a downstream can be comprehended to the upstream side. And this is working very well.
Aftab, are you sharing the screen? I lost the screen. Maybe it's on my side, but
Okay.
anybody else having a problem?